Good morning, as always. It's a beautiful, beautiful day outside. Having my collagen drink like usual, either shake, collagen, whatever I have. But yeah, this does wonders, and people have been asking me about this. So it actually finally came out to Canada. So if you guys are interested in checking this out for your skin, your hair, your nails, and so much other goodness, give me a shout. Give me a shout, or just comment or not comment. Reach out to me and send me a message. But good morning to you. As always, I super appreciate your support. This week, I started using this fancy monkey mug you've seen me using, not because I want to, but because it's one of the biggest cups we have. And my daughter blends up a breakfast smoothie for us, and she says I'm a big eater, which I am. So she pours two little small cups for me. Uh, Fills up two small cups for me. And since we've got this cup, she's happier that she only has to fill up one cup, but she fills it up right to the rim. So it's kind of funny. My son's happier as well because he does the dishes and he only has one less cup to wash. So today's M&M is actually a little bit not about mugs or not about smoothies or collagen or anything like that. It's about showing up. Showing up. Brené Brown, which some of you have followed, and she's a very, very influential motivational speaker. She's also actually a professor. She's a lecturer, author, and she has this wonderful podcast that really has a very, very big following. And she says, sometimes the bravest and most important thing you can do is just to show up, right? Sometimes the bravest and most important thing you can do is just to show up. Just show up. Just by being present, you're just by being present, you're putting yourself in a position that you can take advantage because of timing, because of the circumstance, and or just sheer luck. I don't like to say, accounted for luck, but you just being there, being present, puts you in that opportunity, right? You're giving yourself that opportunity by being there. So I wouldn't call it luck, but let's give a little bit of credit to that as well. Have you ever been in a situation that you didn't want to be in, only to be chosen for something that turned out in your favor? When you're out of sight, you're literally you're out of mind, right? It's real. That's true. A story I wanted to share with you is during a regular weekly meeting that I used to have to go to, and with our department, and the usual discussions of project deadlines, and who's doing this, who's doing that, budgets, uh, public concerns or safety, just kind of like a weekly update, right? We do that all the time, and I'm sure your company and your work does it as well, whether it's online or in person. You guys have uh, work meetings, right? And more than 50% of the time, it'd be the same message. It'd be pretty well the same stuff that we're talking about, same information. Nothing's really new, and thoughts of, not again, or, do I really, really, really need to be here, right? Um, I have to go to work. I have to work. There's stuff on my desk that I have to do. So I had to look interested, right? I had to look awake. I had to look like I was paying attention. And raise your hand. Raise your hand if this ever happens to you. And meetings after meetings, and very, very little progress, right, from week to week. And these meetings are meant to for good, right? They don't do it for no reason, but sometimes they're just not as effective as we would like them to be. And then something wild happened. Right, get this. I wasn't even I wasn't even remembering what that project was or anything like that, or what was mentioned. But there's an annual project that needed someone to oversee it. I wasn't listening because I wasn't really interested, other than the food being passed around at all the meetings. Like the donuts or the brownies or the cookies or whatever it is, right? Or the candy, right? We sometimes show up just for that, or the coffee. And there's nothing really else keeping me there, because I really didn't think I needed to be there. But then, you know what? My name got called. And then my eyes and my ears opened up like a parachute. I was like, what? Right? They asked me if I wanted to take it on. They said, hey, John, why don't you take it on? And being in kind of like in a daze, I was like, yeah, okay. Kind of, what else am I supposed to say, right? You got 22 pairs of eyes staring at you. So I took it on. And it became a pretty good success, right? And the community expected it year after year after year. And it's been, gaining popularity ever since then. So, and I really enjoyed it. And to think that if I skipped that meeting, it would have been probably passed on to someone else, right? And so just showing up consistently, and just showing up and being there can make a huge difference, because it shows that you're being consistent, you're dedicated, and you're part of the team, right? You're part of the team. And in business, you might hear that same thing over and over again, but and you see the same information, you hear the same information, you see the same information, but sometimes just being there for maybe the 20th time is when you actually say, aha, I finally get it. I finally get it. Maybe it was a person speaking, actually connected with you, and you finally saw what was the true meaning of it, even though you've heard it many, many times over, right? So it finally stood out. It finally said, now I understand. But again, you showing up and you being consistent and you doing something that you may or may not want to do, can make all the difference in the world. So showing up gives you that exposure, right, to new opportunities. It stretches you, even on days that you don't feel like showing up. That could be the day that you're in the limelight, right? You could be that missing link that people are counting on, and your skills could be what people are looking for. So that's our work. But how about our personal life, right? Showing up for your spouse, your kids, showing up for your friends. It's just as important, right? It's super, super important for that, to show up, because yes, it's maybe monotonous staring at your toddler building the same blocks over and over again, and it tumbles over, and then you have to help them clean up and do it all over again and over and over. But you know what? To them, they feel safe, and they feel loved, and they feel protected, right? Just because we're just sitting in the same room with them, right? So we may not be one, may not be, not all the time we're using 1 ounce of talent. We may not be, right. We could just be in the presence of someone to really help them feel encouraged, to for us to have, just to be there. Sometimes just being there makes us feel good too, because we're helping someone else as well. So this is a challenge for you, right? For the rest of the week, we got a couple of days left until the weekend. Show up for everything. Show up for everything and really be engaged. That's the thing. Showing up is one thing, but also being engaged, and you're also helping others follow suit. So, again, thanks for tuning in. Tap that heart if you like these messages of these motivation mornings, and love to hear your comments. I love to reach out to me. I love to connect with you, and you can watch these replays on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. So don't forget to be better, be bigger, and be that change that people are looking for. So enjoy the day, enjoy your week, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.